sorry, I haven't recorded any of this. Alright, so Jack, Kate, Leela, their ratios are 5 to 96. We know that Jack and Kate's total is £56. So that means that the £56 is represented by 14 parts. Do you all understand that? Yes? Makes sense, you would be able to do that on your own. So again, we want to ideally know what one part is worth. So how would we do that? Get 56 divided by 14, which is 4. So that means that they want to know how much Leela's got. So she's got 6 lots of that. So Leela has 6 lots of 4, 24 pounds. Yes? Now the school has 840 pupils and 40 teachers. Now this kind of question freaks a lot of people out. Because we're taught initially, bless you, we're taught that ratios should generally be in whole numbers, but not always. Okay, so a school has 140 pupils and and 40 teachers. Okay, so I would always label my ratios. So I've got 840 pupils, 40 teachers. Find the ratio of the number of pupils to teachers. Give your ratio in the form n to 1. So they want pupils to teachers. So I had mine in the correct order. Sometimes the way they write the information is the opposite way around to the ratio they want. So please make sure you're paying attention to that. So if I've got pupils to teachers is currently 840 to 40, they want it to be n to 1. Okay, so what they want is they want us to reduce this down so that we have 1 on the teacher side. How am I going to do that? Yeah, good. So we're going to have to divide that by 40. What we do to one side, we must do to the other. So 840 divided by 40 is 10. Now this is not always going to be a whole number, so just don't freak if it's not. Okay, so their question. So we've got our final answer is then 21 to 1. In year 11, all the ratio of pupils who study chemistry to the physics is 3 to 2. So chemistry to physics is 3 to 2. And 105 pupils in year 11 study chemistry. So what am I going to do now if I know that 105 people study chemistry? You don't need to, but because they told us information about chemistry, we would be able to write that. Do you understand what I mean? So that very first question we did, we knew the total and we split it into those ratios. For this particular question, they're telling us about one part of our ratio. So if this chemistry people was 105, it has to stick in the same ratio. So you have to say, how do you go from being a 3 to being 105? What do you have to do to it? You would be multiplying it by 35? Yes. Okay. So we would have to multiply that by 35. And they work the same as fractions. What you do to one side, you must do to the other. So it must mean that 70 people study physics. Am I going too fast, or are we alright with this?
Good.
Yeah. Next one. Dashing through them. For the 105 people who study chemistry, the ratio of number of boys to girls is 4 to 3. Work out the number of girls. So this is going back to, so we've got 4 to 3 boys to girls. Okay, so we've got 105 people that we need to split up. Okay, so the main ratio questions are either ones like this one, where you're telling you information about one side, or they're splitting it up into a ratio. So for this one, it's similar to that for the first question. So Emily, what would I do here?
You multiply the 61.
No, so we know there are 105 pupils in total. but we know that they are in the ratio of 4 to 3. Good. Why did you say 7? Good. So first of all, we know that there are 7 parts total. So we're going to do 105 divided by 7, which is 15. So that means that 1 part is worth 15 pupils. So here I've got 4 parts. I'm going to do 4 lots of 15, and this would be 3 lots of 15. So 4 lots of 15 is 60 and 45. As I said, check that those two numbers do add up to what you were supposed to have. But then answer the question they've asked is how many girls study chemistry. So how many girls study chemistry? 45, yeah? And again, sometimes they're just sneaky, so read, like some people just write down one of the numbers and they've just written the wrong one down. It's a real shame if that's where you lose your marks. Alright, question 4, Louis, or Lewis, however you want to say it, makes a model of a plane. Okay, I'm going to go to a new page. And makes a model of a plane. The wingspan of the model, so the model is 50 centimeters. The real is 80 meters. Okay, work out the scale model, give your answer from 1 to n. Now, I have put my units in here. My units are important. So with ratios, you must have the same, or you must make them the same unit if you're comparing them. So at the moment I've got centimeters and meters. I would suggest it's usually easier to make the meter one into centimeters, but it's up to you. You can go decimals if you wish. 80 meters is how many centimeters? What do I have to do to change from a meter to a centimeter? Multiply by 100, good. Now, that's something that some of you are still a bit rubbish about, so you really need to learn that chart, okay? I say that in the nicest possible way, of course. So we've got 8,000 centimeters, 50 centimeters. So I can now, because they are both in centimeters, I can now drop that centimeter business. So it's now 50 to 8,000. But they want it in the form of 1 to something. So what am I going to do here? Good, because I say, well, how did I go from being a 50 to being a 1? I had to divide it by 50. So I do the same to that side. 160. Trillions. So each unit on my model in real life it's 160 times that measurement. Now the length of the real plane is 72 meters. And work out the length of the model, give your answer in centimeters. Alright, so I know my ratio is 1 to 160. Now, sometimes people say, yeah, but what unit is that? Well, it can be any unit you wish. Okay? So if you want to measure something in centimeters on your model, then it would be 160 times that centimeters in real life. Okay? If you're doing things in meters, you would talk about meters. However, this one they've got 72 meters, but they want our answer in centimeters. So again, the best option is to change your 72 meters into being centimeters beforehand. So what would 72 meters be? Good. So I'm going to say this is now 7,200 centimeters. Are you with me and understanding my logic behind doing that? Yes? So then we say, well, how have we gone from being 160 to 7,200? What did I do to my number? I multiplied by 45, so that means I'm going to have to do this. Multiply by 45. And again, that would be centimeters because this one was centimeters. And so my answer is 45 centimetres. Now, had you not changed it initially, which some of you may well not have done, you would have just stuck with your 1 to 160, and you would have said 72 metres. So you say, how do you go from being a 160 to a 72? What do we multiply that by? Other way around. 72 to 1. So I would multiply by 9/20, so do. So I would multiply this by 9/20. What's 9/20 as a decimal?
2.2 recurring.
2.2 recurring? Oh, is it?
And that's 0.5.
That's 2.2 recurring. 9 divided by 20.
0.45.
I was going to say, it's 0.45. I was going to say, otherwise we've done something wrong. So that would be 0.45. And again, that would be meters. Okay, because I kept this one in meters, this would be in meters. But they said give your answer in centimeters, and we all know that 0.45 meters is 45 centimeters. Okay, so both of these get the same answer. It's just, I think, often changing to be the unit you wish for to start with is a lot easier than doing this. Okay, good? Next one. Diagram shows an accurate scale diagram of bounded fields. I don't know if it's printed in the right place. AB is 300 meters, BC is 230, point B is due north, point C. The scale of the diagram is 1 centimeters to 50 meters. So I tried to find one with the scale diagram in as well, because I think that was one of the other things that people said that they weren't 100% sure about. And obviously this is a bearings question, so we're bringing everything all together. So if 1 centimeter represents 50 meters, this 300 meter line, how do you find out how long that should be?
You divide by 50.
Good. We would divide by 50, and it should be 6 centimeters. So I'm hoping that this line here would be 6 centimeters. Okay, I don't know if it is. If it's not, it's because it's, whenever we come to it, it's shrunk. The BC line is 230. So again, we would divide that by 50 to find out how many centimeters that would be. Now they want point D. Point D is a bearing of 260 from point C. So do we remember the rules about bearings? So here's C. Okay. Do you remember how we measure bearings?
Yeah.
Yeah? From
The north one.
north in a clockwise direction. So if we're measuring 260 degrees, that's going to be tricky with our protractors. So we're better off doing 100 this way, yes? Do we remember that?
Yeah.
So we're going to measure 100 degrees in this direction, which is probably around like that. So you need practice with your protractors if you have them with you. Maybe you can leave this one till later if you want to go through it afterwards and do it properly. But we also have to draw, so we don't know how long it is initially, so you just draw a line, but you know it has to represent 480 meters. Oh no, A to D is 480. Oh, okay, sneaky. So we don't know how long this is yet, yes. Here, the question. The bearing of D from C is 260. Okay, so D is somewhere out here. Now they've also told us that AD is 480. So that means from here to wherever I'm going to finish up my line has to be 480 meters. First of all, I need to know how many centimeters that is. So we're going to do 480 divided by 50. What's that?
9.7.
9.7. So I need to draw a line that's 9.6 centimeters long. The best way of doing that, if you don't know where it's going to end up, rather than have your ruler and keep moving it, is to get your compass. Do you remember when we constructed things with our compass? So if you open your compass up to 9.6 centimeters, stick your point in here, and then just see where your compass hits this line, okay? And then that will be wherever your line needs to stop, and that's part D. If you need to extend your line C, that's totally fine. Okay, hopefully that's here. I'm sorry I can't really show you on here because of the equipment issues. Right, next one, because I'm trying to... Actually, do you know what? I think the rest of them are very similar to the ones I've gone through.
Oh my God, 15.
So I'm going to leave the rest of them for you to have a go at, having me gone through those ones. Yes? So they're a little bit more practical. I've got the answers at the back if you want to check them. Any questions about those? No?